Welcome. My name is Christina, and today we are going to do a full moon ceremony in the sign of Libra. And before we get started, I just want to take the time and say thank you very much to all my subscribers, all my likes, all my shares. You really do help me out and make a difference. And I am grateful that I'm able to show up and help you out. I know the last couple of moons I have been on a sabbatical, and I really appreciate you holding the space and time for me as I was working through some stuff. But enough about that. Today we are going to do some candle intentions. I'm going to drum for you, and we're going to look at our charts. I'm going to really talk about it because I don't have mine. I left it at home. But talk about where this full moon placement might be showing up for you in your life. And yeah. So how has the last 2 months been? Because we have been going through eclipse season. And even though this full moon is not an eclipse, it is the following moon after eclipses. So it probably has some type of, I want to say punch, if you would, a little bit extra surprise or shocking developments. And always just trust that life is happening for you, not to you. Yesterday, for example, I was trying to do stuff. I have lists, I have things I want to accomplish and do, and I was able to make some time for it, and it seemed like no matter what I was trying to do, it was stop after stop after stop after stop. Like I was trying to make a Yellow Pages account for my business, and for some reason I wasn't able to actually create it. There was this constant loop I was in, and then okay, we'll move on to the next one, and then try to create an Apple account, and once again got into a loop without one. And it just was really frustrating because we just got a new place, and it's a brand new house, and we're renting. Not the developers, but the people that have been working on the house didn't realize that it was occupied, and we're transitioning between two houses, right? And I wasn't able to get to the house Wednesday. I was just busy with all the things. So then Thursday morning I show up, and I see, as I'm driving, I see another truck in front of me, and then they pull up to the house. And when they built the house and we moved in, the garage door was not operative. They have not finished setting it up. And it was really, really hard to lock properly. So details, right? And so I get to the thing on Thursday, I see them, I talk to them, and they're like, oh, we didn't realize that there was occupants on the premise. And it's just one of those things okay, it happens. Not everyone talks to each other. Plus, between the two houses, I'm not there all the time, so I could understand the perception. But as I was walking up, I noticed the garage door was cracked. Not cracked, cracked. And I was like, well, something's off with the garage door. And part of the reason why he was there was he was picking up his buddy. So it was just one of those, kind of caught him, didn't catch him, have no proof. It's just a he said, she said story, whatever the case is. And long story short, one of the springs on the garage door is broken, and we cannot open up our garage door. And we're supposed to be moving our big furniture this weekend. And it's one of those, and it's a small house, so there's no obstacle course that we're going to do with this. We're just going to trust that that's not what we need to focus on. Just like when I did not do the yellow pages or Apple, it's like, okay, well, obviously this is not what I'm supposed to be focusing on. So that's where it's like, well, life's working for you. If I indulge time into, the yellow pages or Apple, I may have not done the task that I probably was supposed to focus on, because that actually went through. Or like with the garage door, maybe it's like redirecting us on, what is important to go in the house before throwing all our stuff in the house, because we're going from a decent sized house, like probably 1,700 square feet or something like that, to maybe 1,200 square feet. Like, it's a small house, it's a smaller house, and there's things that we're gonna have to get rid of. And there's kind of a struggle, in a sense, on what's going in the house and all the things. And so yesterday, all of this like chains of events and things of that nature was happening, and I just was like, you know what, there's a lot of stuff going on in astrology now, a lot of stuff. And this week especially, it's a very fated week, and with this information in mind for myself, it's like, okay, like, this is outside circumstances that I'm trying my best to not necessarily control, not necessarily put into my own narrative, but I do have an attachment to an outcome. My attachment to the outcome is I start a job and I finish it. So when that doesn't happen, of course I'm going to get a little irritated as I am transitioning, shifting, paragliding, I don't know, through what I'm actually supposed to do. Another example is years ago, during one of my awakenings anyways, I would mess around on the internets a lot, and Facebook, whatever the case was, I would focus a lot of my time. And it got to the point where my computer would only connect to the internet when I was supposed to pay bills. That was it. And then when I was done paying bills, my computer stopped working. So what in your life is happening for you that you might not even recognize that that's what's happening? Or what areas in your life where things are going great, but there's an aspect within you that might not feel like it's worthy or deserves it, and there's a center stage of some form of self-sabotage. What's going on? And I invite you to take this time to look at it, because it's illuminating something for you. It's showing you something. You have the option, the choices to course correct. If you do not like what's being shown to you right now, you have every opportunity to course correct. Can you go back in the past and change something? No. But can you change your next pattern of behavior for a different outcome? Yes. That's where it's like you can course correct. What's the saying? Choose the path less walked on, written on, all the things on. I don't know. So I want to go ahead and invite you to sit back, if you haven't already, and put your hands up in receptive form. And I want you to imagine in your left hand a beam of white light, a pillar. And I want you to feel the girth of it, how it vibrates, how it pulses. And once you get a firm grip on it, I want you to imagine it going across to each and every one of us, connecting to your neighbor's right hand, exiting the right hand to their left hand, leaving their left hand and going to another neighbor's right hand, all the way around this protective, pure circle of white, beautiful light. to keep our intentions safe and pure as for our bestest and highest, and until it hits our right hand and completes to the left. And now we're in the perfect circle. And here we would say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. And you are in the circle, protected, and it is such a beautiful place to be. So I have my little candle and a little candle holder and the tack to write my intentions. I'm also going to use some essential oils that are blended in here to put onto my candle after I do my intention. And I'm gonna go ahead and use some of my Ostrara Offering that I made that has broom, high John root, Irish moss, and lemongrass to help seal in my intentions. And we're gonna go ahead and burn some charcoal. I'm gonna drum a bit, and like saying "and" in this one, don't I? Whenever you do videos, you catch yourself saying repetitive words. And my husband went to a speech class, which helped him stop with the to fill that void. Maybe that's something I could benefit from, huh? All right, so charcoal incense is the best kind to burn, in my little humble opinion. This is where you could burn your frankincense resins, your copal resins, resins in general, powders, herbs, essential oils. It is all the things. But it could get really hot. So you just take some fire and you light it, and then it sparkles and it dances. I generally leave my lighter on for a little bit longer, like that, to ensure that it got a good crack, snapple, and pop. Oh no, can you see that? Maybe. Normally in edits I see it. And you want the spark to go all the way across the disc. And you want to make sure that you have a fireproof, burn-proof container. This is copper. It's a lotus copper leaf I got off of Amazon a couple of years ago for like 15 bucks. It might be more now because everything has gone up. And then I only put a little bit of previous sage ash to kind of insulate it so it doesn't get so hot so fast. It still gets hot. And I do use the ashes sometimes as clearers. You want to clear your space. If you want to infuse your salt with some extra pure, clear essence, you could totally use your smudging stuff. So your smudging ash, there we go, smudging ash. I'm gonna go ahead and put some white sage. I got some broken pieces in here. There we go. So white sage will remove all negative energy. The Native Americans use it to clear energies, clear the space. And there are many different sages out there. You have black sage, which is also known as mugwort. You have blue sage, which I'm not 100% familiar with, but my mentor really loved it. She really, really did. And she said that blue sage was better when it came to spirits hating her. I guess that, I don't know. It was just one of those, like, it just totally threw me off. But there's blue sage. And then there's white sage. And those are the only three that I'm kind of familiar with when it comes to the burning sages. Like, there's cooking sage too, but that's not what I'm trying to refer to. And some sage for you. Do you need to clear your space to do intentions? No, you don't. Like, not with smoke. You can. I do. I love it. But if you do not have sage, or if you cannot handle the smoke, You could use little clearing bottles. I got one like right up here, so you could use like a little clearing bottle that has essential oils. Like this one has witch hazel, water, distilled water, sea salt, essential oils, frankincense, and cedar and sage. You could use this as clearing your space. How we did the white light around the circle, that's another way of clearing the space. Your intention is very powerful for clearing the spaces. So, and whenever you do rituals with me like this, I make it so on several different layers we're all taken care of. And you're in a safe, tight little container with me. Okay. Now, put you over here. So in your chart, this Libra full moon is happening at 25 degrees Libra. And where is that in your chart? For me, it's happening in my 7th house, right next to my Venus. My Venus is 24 degrees of Libra. And so there is a spotlight with me and relationships, partnerships. And it's very interesting because like I've been working really, really, really hard for having healthy relationships. I've been throwing it out there in the universe. You know, I want healthy relationships. I want to show up in the relationship healthy for the other individual and for myself. And I would love to have the same energy come back to me where the person involved is healthy for me as I am for them, you know? And whenever you do intentions, it takes time for things to co-create. You know, you plant a seed, and even though, you know, our ego minds forget things within, what is it, 72 hours? Like, what did you have breakfast like 2 days ago? That type of mentality. The energies don't forget. So those seeds are still marinating and growing and doing the thing. And if you're not taking care of it, that's when issues come up. That's when deadlines happen. Like the deadlines are there, period, whether you do it or not. You know what I mean? So I finally got here to this part. Like there's a lot of like moments, you know? I've been doing this work for years, like really intense since 2018, 2019. So, you know, don't ever dismiss even the little seed that you plant, because today, right now, you might think it's little, but it's huge. You're creating a ripple effect. But, you know, don't walk away from the lake when you get a little pruny. So what I'm gonna do is, since it's a full moon, I am going to just show a lot of gratitude for my journey and how far I've came. But this is like for me and what's going on for my chart. You know, for instance, if you have this full moon in the 8th house of, you know, debt, money, things of that nature, something might come up like, you know, there's a bill due, or you have something come out of left field that you weren't aware about. Or if you have a full moon in your 12th house, you might have someone who is ill that you're going to have to take care of. And it could just be someone who has the cold or a flu or something of that nature. Full moon in the 4th house, that just might illuminate some of your family plans that you've been working on, whether it's on a house or whether it's in the relationships or it's a cooking routine, like what's showing up. These are seeds that you planted years ago, months ago, maybe weeks ago too. Like, it's all layered up. You know, the choices you make today will affect you tomorrow. Choose wisely. Anyways, so I'm going to show gratitude for mine. And if you do not have these little kinds of candles, you could use a tea leaf candle. Tea leaf. Is it a tea leaf? It's not a tea leaf. A little tea candle. You can write your intentions or your gratitude or whatever on a bay leaf, on a piece of paper, and burn it. You know, what's on your heart right now? What are you inspired to, you know, write your intention in, and use that. You could even speak it and then blow it. You know, there are so many ways to plant your seeds. You don't have to have tools like these, you know. And then of course, the oils that you use for your infusions play crucial roles too when it comes to the vibrations that you're trying to co-create with. So I am utilizing these oils, one's for manifestation, you know, just because I am manifesting more relationships that I'm truly grateful for as well. And then, of course, this is a love, open heart one, for loving relationships and things of that nature. The seventh house is all relationships. We're talking business relationships, friends relationships, romantic relationships, enemy relationships, like all relationships. So I am utilizing all my tools to hit the vibrations that I'm trying to co-create with, you know. So it starts up in your head. It's your thoughts. It's what you show up. It's what you do. It's how you bring your energy into, you know, fruition. And then it's also about how you respond, how you work through your stuff, also what you have in your center, you know, your center, your home, your atmosphere. With the plant medicines, those are different vibrations that help you get where you need to, just like the smoke clears, and you know, the herbs help fuel the body and make you feel better. Like, it's all a integration, if you would, and a mindset. It all plays roles. And you know, I am infusing all of my knowledge and wisdom through all of my teachings and teachers, which basically brings you back to this moment with the tools that you have and your intentions. And why are you using those tools? Is basically it. So why are you using your tools? What are they? My tools are astrology, candles, incense, oils, and some other fun things, you know. But those are not the only tools in the world. You know, you have your own toolkit. and it doesn't have to be in this 3D world. Okay, so how I'm going to work with this guy is I'm going to infuse it with my oils, and then I'm going to use my incense. And if you're interested, I do have my loose incense on the shop for Easter. Well, it's for Ostrara, but it already passed, but it's still beautiful and still relevant. And those two together just smell phenomenal. I'll be creating perfumes that I use on a regular basis for my intentions. These ones I didn't make, but they are so good. Other people have good magic too. They do. And then for this one, I'm going to put some on my charcoal. You don't really need too much. There's a shift, like you feel it. You feel it in the air. I mean, plant medicine don't lie, man. And then don't need too much. That's kind of all I did. Okay. So I am going to burn the bottom a bit to soften it, so whenever I put it into the candle holder, it's secure. Last thing you want to do is put out your magic. And I want to light this candle not just for the intentions that I infuse, but I also want to light it for you and thank you for being here, because you are part of my relationships in some way, shape, or form, and I want to honor you and just thank you for being part of my life, even if it's just, you know, a few of you. You mean to me as much as I mean to you. So thank you. I see you. I appreciate you. And I'll hug. And now, as you are enjoying your moment, I'm going to drum a little bit. Thank you for taking this time to hang out with me. And I want to take this time to thank my guides and your guides for being here to help honor the space and honor you and keep us in a tight, safe container for our bestest and highest. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's go ahead and get back into a receptive position so we could let go of the circle and continue our beautiful, magical day. Drink plenty of water and please eat well, like as much fruits and vegetables that have been kissed by the sun or grown in the earth. Replenish all your cells to the best of your ability, because we're working on a vibrational sense. It's manifesting in the physical form, and you gotta drink some water. All right, I want you to imagine holding the white circle. Let's take a minute to feel it again. Get back in the circle with all our sisters and brothers. Thank you for being here. I want you to imagine the white pillar of light coming out of your hands. As it's exiting your left hand, your right hand, I want you to imagine it going from your right hand and entering your partner's left hand and going through and releasing all the circles, one after the other, till it gets to you and you feel the light dissolve in your hands. And you have left the circle for this moment. And thank you for being here and playing with me. And I hope you have a magical day and a safe and healthy full moon. And until next time, I will see you later.